Hi, welcome to Inspired by Pinterest. I'm Lori Allred, and I'm excited each week to take you around Pinterest looking for amazing ideas from bloggers all around the world and bring them to life in each episode. Today I'm going to be talking about altered journals or art journals or junk journals, whatever you want to call them. I'm excited to share this episode with you. I recently attended an artsy weekend retreat that a friend of mine put on and had so much fun. But I have to tell you, the whole mixed media thing, I've decided it's kind of not my thing. So this was my art journal that I did. And so of course, here, let me show you the front and the back at the same time. Now, it started off with some pretty color and some pretty texture, and then I got frustrated and upset and didn't like what I was doing. So then I decided I'm going to go for that really awesome chalkboard look on purpose. But actually, I was happy with the way it turned out in the end, and I loved some of the techniques they taught us about, you know, doing the mists inside and Mod Podging your pages together so that you had stiffer pages to add content to, using other types of items like this time card to put inside, and just, I did really love that. You know, keeping the overspray and making art out of it. And I have some amazingly talented friends who've done that. But this goes against all my clean, line, straight scrapbooking that I've done for years. So it really was stepping out of the box for me. So I'm going to practice a little bit more. But today we're going to talk a little bit less about the art journal, more about just altering books to create a journal. So, and I was inspired by a really amazing journal that I received from a friend. At the artsy weekend, I met her. Her name is Tracy Fulkerson, and she does a lot of boutiques under the name of Posh Compendium, and they're local here in Utah, and you can catch her at a lot of boutiques and find out where she's at. And I'm hoping, she mentioned she'd be opening an Etsy shop. She does amazingly cute, darling ideas. So this altered journal, she took like a Dick and Jane book, and I love what she's done here. She's done everything from sewing the pocket to tuck little notes inside to making it very useful, although it still has a lot of the pages from, say, the original book. But then she's added lined paper. And then back here we have a little bit more of the book pages, but then some clean, just art paper in the back. And I thought this was a really fun, clever idea. She took another smaller book and created a pocket with it so that you can tuck little things inside the book with just some cute scrap paper on the back. This looks like it was a mystery book of some sort. And then what I loved is just the finishing touches. She put this together using her cinch and then added, you know, cute little pom-poms, but I absolutely love the little finishing touches of these binder, they call them book corners, to protect the corners of the books. And you can pick these up. I found them on Etsy and eBay and whatnot. Our friends at We Are Memory Keepers make a larger version, and you can actually just put them right on the edge of your book and crimp them with a pair of pliers. And so they come in all different styles and sizes. These are larger ones because they're putting them on albums. But I thought, how much fun could it be to just add those little bit of textures? So first, let's go visit a few pins, because of course this is inspired by Pinterest, and talk about a couple other ways you can bind together an altered journal to create on your own. So the first one is AllieBirdArt.com did this beautiful, now it's all about the book cover on this one. She actually bound small journals within the inside of a book journal and bound it together with ribbon, and it's beautiful. It really is stunning. Go check out that pin. And then also the next one is from Cindy50.blogspot.com, and she uses just the simple metal binder rings using a book cover and then adding the pages in. And then the last one I want to share is carlhope.wordpress.com, and they did an amazingly beautiful altered journal, and they actually took the guts out of the book and added a binder ring, you know, the kind you get in an album or that we've sold raw here on my craft channel, and added it inside so that they could add their pages. The cool thing about that is you can create your pages before you add it to the book, which is kind of nice, so you don't have the bulk in the book to deal with. So let me show you a couple of techniques that I thought would be fun. First of all, a lot of people get a book and they're not sure how to tear apart the book. So the first thing you want to do, I picked these up at a local thrift store, and yes, I did shop for the book based on price. I don't like to spend more than $1, and I also picked it based on the binding. I love this red and black. I thought it was cool. So you're just going to want to take a X-Acto knife or a cutter, and you're just going to want to run that down the front and the back. So what we're doing is we're releasing that first page that's bound in the inside. You'll see it starting to tear apart. And then let's go to the front. That'll help release it. Each book is different, so you have to kind of mess with it until you figure out how you're going to get that cut. So you notice as soon as I do that, it's starting to release. Super simple, easy way to keep that all together and just pull the book guts right out. So you still have the guts that are still combined. Now don't throw these away. They come in very handy on future projects, and we'll show you some in future episodes. So I'm just going to set that aside. Now I can leave it this way, or if I just want to use the cover, the front and the back, I'm just going to take a pair of scissors and just cut that binding right off. Now I've seen some really cute ideas just with the binding where they make these into bookmarks. So I think all of the parts of the book can be salvaged and recycled. And just kind of trim it up till you like it. And look how cute that cover is. You don't need to alter it. You can just keep that the way it is, punch some holes through it with your crocodile and get it ready to bind. Now you can do any of those binding systems I've mentioned. I thought it would be cute to add in some envelopes. This is this really cute fancy pants paper, and it would fit right inside. We would punch that with our holes that we're going to bind it with. And then we'd have the holes all ready to go, and we could just do that. Now I'd suggest, now that wasn't very smart of me, I would suggest putting the holes in the other end. So let's do it with this one. I'm allowed once in a while, right? So put the holes on this end, so when you put it in the book, you can still tuck things into it. So as my friend Tasha would say, craft fail, craft success. So let me show you how cool. First of all, cinch machine, couldn't do these books without it. So, and we'll do a future episode just on what you can do with the cinch machine. But that's how you would put the metal binding or spiral binding on. And keep in mind, you can use all kinds of books. These cute children's books would be darling to create covers with. But then to create the envelopes, we're going to use this awesome new envelope punch from We Are Memory Keepers. Have you guys tried this? Seriously, it was on my birthday list. I did a shout out on Facebook, making sure that everybody knew that's what I wanted. Now, it has the measurements for your card size that you're trying to fit inside the envelope, and then the paper size, and then the score line you're going to need for this tool. So I believe we started off with a, let me see, I had someone else cut this. It was a 9 by 9, and so we're going to, it tells you right here, you're going to go to the paper size here, and then you're going to put, it says 4.5. We're going to line that right up on the machine. Now you're going to find, there's a little scoring line, and it comes with this really awesome scoring tool, and we're going to punch it, and then we're going to turn it. Now you just need to line up that scoring line with this really cool arrow that sticks out right here, and then do your next scoring line, and then punch it, and then again find that scoring line. Oh, and on striped paper, that's a little tough, and on air too, that's always fun. So we just keep lining up. You only need to know the measurement for that first scoring line. And then what that does is it punches all of our holes to make it so that it's going to bend into an envelope much easier. Seriously, this is a brilliant tool, and I think everyone should have it. Now, it also has a punch on this end if you want to finish those envelopes off and give you those nice rounded corners for the envelope. Now, how cool is that for our altered journal? So I hope that this has inspired you, that you'll try some of those different binding techniques and create your own inspirational ideas, and take a cool book to create the outside of your binding and create your own altered journal. And thanks to Tracy for your inspiration, and Pinterest for backing me up. Join me next week.